Hello, I'm SA, your AI essayist. Please note that all content, audio and video in this presentation are AI generated. As AI can sometimes produce inaccuracies, I encourage you to verify any factual information presented. With that in mind, let's begin.
Henry Fairfield Osborn's name resonates deeply within the annals of paleontology, an echo of groundbreaking discoveries and lasting contributions. His work, particularly his early investigations into Tyrannosaurus rex established a foundation upon which modern dinosaur paleontology continues to build. Osborn did more than simply unearth fossils. He meticulously constructed knowledge from fragmented remains, bringing to life creatures that had roamed the earth millions of years prior. The intellectual landscape of early paleontology presented formidable challenges. Fossil discoveries were often incomplete, scattered across vast geological formations. Reconstructing the anatomy of extinct creatures, particularly giants like Tyrannosaurus rex required ingenuity, meticulous observation, and a deep understanding of comparative anatomy. Scientists faced the daunting task of piecing together disparate fragments, inferring missing structures, and placing these ancient beings within the broader context of evolutionary history. This demanded a synthesis of fieldwork, laboratory analysis, and theoretical insight, a combination Osborn skillfully employed. Osborn's approach to these challenges demonstrated a remarkable blend of scientific rigor and artistic vision. He excelled at the painstaking work of fossil preparation, carefully removing matrix from delicate bones, revealing their intricate details. Furthermore, he possessed a keen eye for anatomical relationships, allowing him to identify homologous structures across different species, even when those structures had been modified by evolution. This comparative approach proved invaluable in reconstructing the skeletal morphology of Tyrannosaurus rex and understanding its place among their pod dinosaurs. Osborn embraced innovative techniques, including detailed skeletal reconstructions, which served as both scientific tools and captivating public displays. These reconstructions, often displayed at the American Museum of Natural History, brought the prehistoric world to life for generations of visitors, fostering a sense of wonder and scientific curiosity. Osborn's formal introduction of Tyrannosaurus rex to the scientific community stands as a testament to his meticulous research. His publications, meticulously detailing the anatomy of the newly discovered species, provided a comprehensive description that remains foundational. These papers, published in prestigious scientific journals, presented detailed osteological analyses outlining the unique features of the Tyrannosaurus rex skeleton, including its massive skull, powerful jaws, and robust limbs. He carefully documented the size and proportions of the animal, estimating its overall length and weight, thereby establishing a benchmark for future studies. Beyond mere description, Osborn ventured into the realm of evolutionary interpretation, proposing hypotheses about the animal's predatory behavior and its relationships to other pod dinosaurs. This holistic approach, combining detailed anatomical observation with evolutionary speculation, solidified Tyrannosaurus rex place as a truly iconic species. The enduring relevance of Osborn's work extends far beyond the initial discovery and description of Tyrannosaurus rex. His meticulous methods of fossil preparation, anatomical reconstruction, and comparative analysis continue to inform paleontological research. Modern paleontologists, armed with advanced imaging techniques and computational tools, still rely on the foundational knowledge established by Osborn. His detailed anatomical descriptions serve as a crucial reference point for comparative studies, allowing researchers to identify subtle variations among different Tyrannosaurus rex specimens and to explore the evolutionary history of the species. His skeletal reconstructions, though refined by subsequent discoveries, remain iconic representations of this apex predator, shaping popular perceptions of dinosaurs to this day. Osborn's work was profoundly influenced by the intellectual lineage of vertebrate paleontology. Author Charles Marsh, his mentor, instilled in him a deep appreciation for meticulous observation and detailed anatomical description. Marsh, a pioneer in the field, Ted himself made numerous significant dinosaur discoveries, establishing a framework for paleontological research in North America. Osborn also engaged critically with the work of Edward Drinker Cope, Marsh's rival, whose paleontological contributions, though sometimes controversial, stimulated intellectual debate and advanced the field. This engagement with both Marsh and Cope reflects Osborn's commitment to rigorous scientific inquiry, his willingness to challenge existing ideas, and his determination to synthesize diverse perspectives into a coherent understanding of evolutionary history. The influence of Osborn's work reverberates through subsequent generations of paleontologists, researchers who dedicated their careers to the study of Tyrannosaurus rex and other pod dinosaurs built directly upon his foundational contributions. Barnum Brown, a renowned fossil collector who discovered several important Tyrannosaurus rex specimens, directly benefited from Osborn's anatomical expertise and his ability to interpret fragmentary remains. Later paleontologists, employing cladistic analysis and phylogenetic systematics, refined Osborn's evolutionary hypotheses, using his anatomical descriptions as a basis for constructing detailed evolutionary trees. Even today, his publications are cited in countless scientific papers, a testament to the enduring value of his early investigations into the tyrant lizard king. Osborn's legacy extends through the continued exploration of the evolutionary history of dinosaurs and the refinement of our understanding of their place in the history of life. Osborn's fascination with dinosaurs extended far beyond the imposing figure of Tyrannosaurus rex. His contributions to vertebrate paleontology encompass a diverse array of fossil species and a developing understanding of evolutionary relationships. He engaged with the broader challenge of classifying vertebrate groups and deciphering their evolutionary history, a complex puzzle in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Osborn pursued solutions through extensive fieldwork and meticulous research, examining a wide range of vertebrate fossils. He used comparative anatomy, meticulously comparing the skeletal structures of different species, alongside embryological studies, observing the development of organisms to infer evolutionary connections. This approach contributed to the nascent field of phylogenetic systematics, a method for classifying organisms based on their evolutionary relationships. Among the diverse dinosaur groups that captured Osborn's attention was ornithomimus the bird mimic. He carefully analyzed skeletal remains of this dinosaur, a creature characterized by its long legs, slender arms, and toothless beak. Osborn's detailed anatomical descriptions of ornithomimus provided a foundation for understanding its unique adaptations and its place within the ornithomimid family. He proposed that ornithomimus with its bird-like features, represented an example of convergent evolution, where unrelated species develop similar traits in response to similar environmental pressures. This concept of convergent evolution, explored in his analysis of ornithomimus provided a crucial framework for understanding the diversity of dinosaur forms. Another significant contribution involved Peniceratops a massive ceratopsian dinosaur distinguished by its elaborate frill and 5 facial horns. Osborn recognized the distinct characteristics of this species, differentiating it from other horned dinosaurs like Triceratops His work on Peniceratops expanded the known diversity of ceratopsians and contributed to a more nuanced understanding of their evolutionary radiation during the late Cretaceous period. The detailed anatomical descriptions he provided became essential for subsequent paleontologists studying the evolution of cranial ornamentation in ceratopsian dinosaurs. His meticulous measurements and illustrations allowed researchers to trace the subtle changes in frill and horn morphology across different species and time periods. Beyond dinosaurs, Osborn demonstrated a keen interest in the evolution of mammals, particularly the horse. His research on horse evolution built upon the pioneering work of Othniel Charles Marsh, who had previously documented a sequence of fossil horses showing a gradual transition from small, multi-toed ancestors to the large, single-toed modern horse. Osborn expanded this sequence, adding new fossil discoveries and refining the understanding of the environmental pressures that drove these evolutionary changes. He emphasized the role of natural selection in shaping the horse's foot structure, favoring individuals with a single toe that were better adapted for running on open grasslands. Osborn's synthesis of fossil evidence and evolutionary theory helped to solidify the horse as a classic example of evolutionary adaptation. Osborn's interest in mammalian evolution extended to other groups as well. He investigated the evolutionary history of various mammalian lineages, including primates and early ungulates. His comparative anatomical studies shed light on the relationships between different mammalian groups and helped to reconstruct the evolutionary tree of mammals. He recognized the importance of studying fossil mammals and understanding the origins of modern mammalian diversity. His advocacy for the collection and study of fossil mammals helped to stimulate research in this area and contributed to the growth of mammalian paleontology as a distinct field. The influence of Thomas Henry Huxley and Charles Darwin is clearly evident in Osborn's evolutionary thinking. Huxley's comparative anatomical studies and Darwin's theory of natural selection provided the intellectual foundation for Osborn's own research. He embraced the Darwinian concept of descent with modification, using fossil evidence to trace the evolutionary lineages of different vertebrate groups. He also adopted Huxley's comparative approach, meticulously comparing the anatomical structures of different species to infer their evolutionary relationships. Darwin's asterisk on the origin of species provided a framework for understanding the mechanisms of evolutionary change, and Osborn applied this framework to his own studies of vertebrate evolution. Osborn's work, in turn, directly influenced subsequent generations of paleontologists. Researchers like George Gaylord Simpson, a prominent paleontologist, have made significant contributions to the study of mammalian evolution, built upon Osborn's phylogenetic analysis and comparative anatomical studies. Simpson's work on the evolution of mammals during the Cenozoic era drew heavily on Osborn's earlier research. Alfred Roemer, another influential paleontologist, also benefited from Osborn's expertise. Roemer's textbooks on vertebrate paleontology, which became standard references for students and researchers, incorporated many of Osborn's findings and interpretations. These paleontologists, through their research and teaching, disseminated Osborn's ideas and helped to shape the field of vertebrate paleontology for decades to come. While modern cladistics and phylogenetic systematics employ sophisticated computational methods and molecular data, Osborn's work established many of the fundamental principles that continue to be used. His emphasis on comparative anatomy, his meticulous descriptions of fossil specimens, and his attempts to reconstruct evolutionary relationships all laid the groundwork for future advances in the field. He did not have access to the advanced tools and techniques available to modern paleontologists, yet his insights and observations remain relevant. His work serves as a reminder of the importance of careful observation, detailed anatomical analysis, and a deep understanding of evolutionary theory in unraveling the history of life. The legacy of Osborn's work reverberates through subsequent generations of paleontologists, researchers who dedicated their careers to the study of Tyrannosaurus rex and other theropod dinosaurs built directly upon his foundational contributions. Barnum Brown, a renowned fossil collector who discovered several important Tyrannosaurus rex specimens, directly benefited from Osborn's anatomical expertise and his ability to interpret fragmentary remains. Later paleontologists, employing cladistic analysis and phylogenetic systematics, refined Osborn's evolutionary hypotheses, using his anatomical descriptions as a basis for constructing detailed evolutionary trees. Even today, his publications are cited in countless scientific papers, a testament to the enduring value of his early investigations into the tyrant lizard king. Osborn's legacy extends through the continued exploration of the evolutionary history of dinosaurs and the refinement of our understanding of their place in the history of life. Osborn's legacy extends through the continued exploration of the evolutionary history of dinosaurs and the refinement of our understanding of their place in the history of life. Beyond his specific contributions to dinosaur paleontology, Osborn possessed a vision for the discipline as a whole, recognizing the necessity of establishing establishing robust institutional frameworks to support paleontological research. This dedication manifested in his tireless efforts to secure funding, build museums, and cultivate a community of scientists dedicated to unraveling the mysteries of ancient life. Osborn's influence on the institutionalization of paleontology is perhaps most evident in his long tenure at the American Museum of Natural History. He served as president of the museum for a remarkable 25 years, from 1908 to 1933, transforming it into a world-renowned center for paleontological research. His leadership was instrumental in securing the financial resources required to mount large-scale expeditions to fossil-rich regions around the globe, including the American West, Mongolia, and Patagonia. These expeditions yielded an unprecedented wealth of fossil specimens, substantially enriching the museum's collections and providing invaluable data for scientific study. The establishment of the museum's Department of Vertebrate Paleontology, under Osborn's guidance, stands as a testament to his commitment to fostering paleontological research. He assembled a team of talented scientists, including Barnum Brown, Walter Granger, and George Gaylord Simpson, who made significant contributions to our understanding of vertebrate evolution. Osborn also played a crucial role in designing the museum's dinosaur halls, which became iconic displays that captivated the public and inspired generations of future paleontologists. The meticulous reconstructions of dinosaur skeletons, based on the latest scientific evidence, provided a tangible representation of prehistoric life, making paleontology accessible and engaging for a broad audience. Osborn's ability to attract philanthropic support for paleontological research proved vital to the museum's success. He cultivated relationships with wealthy donors, convincing them of the scientific value and cultural significance of paleontology. His persuasive arguments and compelling vision resulted in substantial financial contributions that enabled the museum to expand its research programs, acquire new specimens, and construct state-of-the-art facilities. This fundraising prowess, coupled with his scientific acumen, solidified the American Museum of Natural History's position as a leading center for paleontological research, a status it maintains to this day. Beyond his administrative and fundraising activities, Osborn actively promoted paleontology as a distinct scientific discipline, advocating for its recognition within the broader scientific community. He believed that paleontology offered unique insights into the history of life and the processes of evolution, insights that complemented those derived from other biological disciplines. He actively participated in scientific conferences, published extensively in both scientific journals and popular magazines, and engaged in public outreach activities to raise awareness of paleontology's importance. Osborn's dedication to paleontology extended beyond the American Museum of Natural History. He played a key role in establishing the Paleontological Society, an organization dedicated to promoting paleontological research and education. He served as the Society's president and actively participated in its meetings, fostering collaboration and communication among paleontologists from around the world. The Paleontological Society continues to serve as a vital forum for the exchange of ideas and the dissemination of new discoveries in the field. Concurrent with his efforts to build paleontological institutions, Osborn developed his own evolutionary theory known as aristogenesis. This theory, presented in detail in his book The Origin and Evolution of Life, proposed that evolution is driven by inherent, pre-programmed tendencies within organisms rather than solely by natural selection acting on random variations. Osborn posited that organisms possess a kind of internal guiding force directing their evolution along predetermined pathways towards greater complexity and adaptation. He termed these internal guiding forces aristos, from the Greek word for best or highest. Osborn's theory of aristogenesis attempted to reconcile the fossil record's observed patterns of evolutionary change with the perceived limitations of Darwinian natural selection. He argued that natural selection could account for minor adaptations within species. It could adequately explain the origin of major evolutionary novelties or the long-term trends observed in the fossil record. Aristogenesis, he believed, provided a more comprehensive explanation for these phenomena, suggesting that evolution is guided by internal factors as well as external pressures. The development of Aristogenesis was influenced by a variety of factors, including Osborn's own observations of fossil vertebrates, his engagement with contemporary evolutionary debates, and his philosophical inclinations. He was particularly intrigued by the phenomenon of orthogenesis, the idea that evolution proceeds in a linear direction, independent of environmental pressures. Osborn incorporated elements of orthogenesis into his theory of Aristogenesis, suggesting that organisms possess an inherent tendency to evolve in certain directions, regardless of whether those directions are immediately advantageous. While Aristogenesis gained some support among paleontologists and evolutionary biologists in the early 20th century, it ultimately failed to gain widespread acceptance within the scientific community. The rise of the modern synthesis of evolutionary theory, which integrated Darwinian natural selection with Mendelian genetics, provided a more compelling and experimentally supported explanation for evolutionary change. The modern synthesis emphasized the role of random mutations, gene flow, and genetic drift in shaping evolutionary trajectories, downplaying the importance of internal guiding forces or pre-programmed tendencies. The influence of thinkers like August Weismann, with his germ-plasm theory, also play a role in shaping the scientific landscape against Osborn's Aristogenesis. Weismann's work, emphasizing the separation of germline and cell, made the inheritance of acquired characteristics, a key component of some alternative evolutionary theories, less plausible. This separation suggested that changes occurring in the body during an organism's lifetime would not be passed on to subsequent generations, thereby weakening the theoretical foundation for Lamarckian-style inheritance, which Aristogenesis resembled in some aspects. Despite its eventual rejection, Aristogenesis remains historically significant as a major contribution to evolutionary thought. It reflects the intellectual ferment of the early 20th century, when scientists grappled with the implications of Darwin's theory and explored alternative explanations for the patterns observed in the fossil record. Osborn's theory, while ultimately superseded by the modern synthesis, stimulated debate and research on the mechanisms of evolution, contributing to our understanding of the complex processes that have shaped the history of life. His dedication to understanding evolutionary processes, even when his ideas diverged from the mainstream, underscores his commitment to scientific inquiry and his willingness to challenge established paradigms. Osborn's influence extends to individuals like Theodosius Djanski, a key figure in the development of the modern synthesis. While Dobzhansky's work ultimately refuted aristogenesis, the debates surrounding Osborn's ideas helped to clarify the mechanisms of natural selection and the importance of genetic variation in evolutionary processes. Dobzhansky's groundbreaking research on fruit flies, demonstrating the abundance of genetic variation in natural populations, provided strong evidence against the notion of pre-programmed evolutionary pathways. His institutional efforts and theoretical contributions established a foundation upon which future generations of paleontologists built their careers. These efforts also influenced the direction of evolutionary studies, even as some of his specific theories were eventually superseded. This work set the stage for investigations into the evolutionary history of primates, including the origins of humankind. Osborn's paleontological pursuits extended beyond the age of reptiles, encompassing a deep interest in the story of mammalian evolution, particularly the rise of primates and the search for human origins. The fossil record at the turn of the century presented a fragmented picture of early primate forms, creating a significant challenge for researchers attempting to reconstruct their evolutionary relationships and understand the path leading toward Homo sapiens. Osborn sought to address this deficiency through diligent collection, detailed anatomical study, and phylogenetic analysis of newly discovered and previously known primate fossils. Osborn's meticulous examination of fossils such as Anaptomorphus and Nopharctus offered valuable insights into the morphology and adaptations of early primates. Anaptomorphus a small nocturnal primate from the Eocene epoch, displayed skeletal features suggestive of leaping and clinging locomotion, providing clues about the arboreal lifestyle of early primates. Osborn's analysis of its skull and dentition contributed to understanding its dietary habits and sensory adaptations. Nopharctus another Eocene primate, exhibited a more lemur-like morphology, with grasping hands and feet and a well-developed tail. Osborn's work on Nopharctus helped to eliminate the evolutionary transition from more generalized primate ancestors to the diverse array of primate forms seen today. These detailed anatomical studies, coupled with phylogenetic analyses, allowed Osborn to propose evolutionary relationships between different primate groups. He attempted to trace the lineage leading to humans, though his early hypotheses about the exact placement of various fossil forms within the primate family tree were, in some instances, later revised. His work nevertheless established a framework for future research, highlighting key anatomical features and evolutionary trends that would become central to primate paleontology. For instance, Osborn emphasized the importance of dental morphology in primate taxonomy and phylogeny, a practice that continues to be relevant in modern research. The shape and arrangement of teeth provide valuable information about an animal's diet and its evolutionary relationships to other species. Osborn drew inspiration from the work of earlier anatomists and paleontologists, including Georges Cuvier, whose pioneering studies of comparative anatomy laid the foundation for understanding the relationships between extinct and extant organisms. The ongoing debates surrounding human evolution, particularly the discoveries of Homo erectus remains in Java by Eugene Dubois, also fueled Osborn's interest in primate origins. Dubois' discoveries challenged prevailing views about human ancestry and spurred further exploration for fossil evidence of early hominids. Osborn's own interpretations of human evolution were, at times, controversial, reflecting the limited fossil evidence available during his time and his adherence to certain evolutionary theories that are viewed differently today. While Osborn's specific conclusions about the precise evolutionary path leading to humans have been subject to revision in light of more recent fossil discoveries and advances in molecular biology, his research unquestionably influenced later generations of primatologists and paleoanthropologists. Researchers such as Alfred Sherwood Romer, a prominent vertebrate paleontologist, built upon Osborn's work by further refining the understanding of primate evolution and the relationships between different primate groups. Romer's textbooks on vertebrate paleontology, which were widely used for decades, incorporated Osborn's findings and helped to disseminate his ideas to a broader audience. Another individual whose work was demonstrably affected by Osborn's research is William King Gregory, a renowned paleontologist and anatomist who worked closely with Osborn at the American Museum of Natural History. Gregory's studies of primate dentition and skull morphology, which were informed by Osborn's earlier work, provided further insights into primate evolution and the origins of humans. Gregory's book, Evolution Emerging, synthesized a vast amount of paleontological and anatomical data to present a comprehensive overview of vertebrate evolution, including a detailed discussion of primate origins. Osborn's contributions to primate paleontology also played a role in shaping the research of Sherwood Washburn, a physical anthropologist who revolutionized the study of human evolution by emphasizing the importance of comparative primate anatomy and behavior. Washburn's research, which was influenced by Osborn's earlier work on primate morphology, helped to shift the focus of paleoanthropology from simply describing fossil specimens to understanding the functional significance of anatomical features and their implications for primate behavior and ecology. The enduring historical significance of Osborn's research lies in its contribution to establishing the framework for future investigations into primate evolution and human origins. He helped to define key research questions, identify important fossil specimens, and develop analytical methods that continue to be used by researchers today. While many of his specific hypotheses about primate phylogeny have been revised, his work served as a crucial stepping stone in the ongoing quest to understand the evolutionary history of our primate relatives and the origins of our own species. Osborn's legacy in primate paleontology is also reflected in the extensive collections of fossil primates that he helped to assemble at the American Museum of Natural History. These collections, which include specimens from around the world, provide a valuable resource for researchers studying primate evolution and continue to be actively studied and analyzed today. The museum's Division of Paleontology, which Osborn directed for many years, remains a leading center for research on vertebrate paleontology, including primate paleontology. Osborn's influence extended beyond the realm of pure scientific research, impacting the public's understanding of human origins and the place of humans in the natural world. Through his popular writings and museum exhibits, he helped to communicate the excitement and significance of paleontological discoveries to a broad audience. He believed that understanding our evolutionary history was essential for understanding ourselves and our place in the universe. This commitment to public outreach helped foster a greater appreciation for science and the importance of preserving our planet's natural heritage. Osborn's approach to studying primate evolution was characterized by a combination of meticulous observation, detailed anatomical analysis, and phylogenetic reconstruction. He recognized the importance of integrating data from multiple sources, including fossil evidence, comparative anatomy, and embryology, to gain a comprehensive understanding of evolutionary processes. This interdisciplinary approach, which is now a standard practice in evolutionary biology, was a hallmark of Osborn's research and contributed to its lasting impact. He also understood the importance of considering the geological context of fossil discoveries, recognizing that the age and location of a fossil can provide valuable information about its evolutionary relationships to other organisms. Osborn's work on early primates provided a foundation for later research on the evolution of human intelligence and social behavior. By studying the brains and social structures of living primates, researchers have been able to gain insights into the evolutionary pressures that may have shaped the development of human cognition and sociality. Osborn's contributions to understanding primate evolution helped to pave the way for these later investigations, highlighting the importance of studying our primate relatives to understand ourselves. His work serves as a reminder that the quest to understand human origins is an ongoing process, one that requires a combination of careful observation, rigorous analysis, and a willingness to challenge established paradigms. Osborn's dedication to meticulous observation and comparative anatomy established a robust framework for paleontological inquiry. His detailed descriptions of fossil specimens, coupled with his insightful analyses of their evolutionary relationships, provided a wealth of data for subsequent generations of researchers. The accuracy and thoroughness of his work continue to serve as a benchmark for paleontological studies, demonstrating the enduring value of careful observation and rigorous documentation. His commitment to understanding the interplay between geological context and fossil evidence further solidified his impact on the field. Osborn understood that fossils are not merely isolated objects, but rather integral components of a larger environmental and evolutionary narrative. By meticulously documenting the geological setting of his discoveries, he provided crucial information about the age, environment, and evolutionary relationships of the organisms he studied. This emphasis on contextual analysis has become a cornerstone of modern paleontology, ensuring that fossils are interpreted within their broader geological and ecological framework. The concept of adaptive radiation, championed by Osborn, offered a powerful explanation for the diversification of life forms in response to changing environmental conditions. He recognized that organisms often evolve rapidly to exploit new ecological niches, leading to the emergence of a diverse array of species with specialized adaptations. This concept has been instrumental in understanding the evolutionary history of many groups of organisms, from mammals to insects, and continues to be a central theme in evolutionary biology. The work of George Gaylord Simpson, particularly his studies on mammalian evolution, built directly upon Osborn's framework of adaptive radiation, providing further evidence for the role of environmental factors in shaping evolutionary trajectories. Osborn's contributions to the study of early primates laid the groundwork for later investigations into human origins. His meticulous descriptions of primate fossils, combined with his insightful analyses of their anatomical features, provided valuable clues about the evolutionary history of our own species. While some of his specific interpretations have been revised in light of new discoveries, his pioneering work in primate paleontology remains a significant contribution to our understanding of human evolution. Sherwood Washburn, a prominent physical anthropologist, directly benefited from Osborn's primate studies, using them to inform his own research on primate behavior and its relevance to understanding human social evolution. Synthesizing these diverse contributions reveals Osborn's profound influence on the development of paleontology and evolutionary biology. His dedication to meticulous observation, his emphasis on geological context, his championing of adaptive radiation, and his pioneering work on early primates all contributed to a richer and more nuanced understanding of the history of life. These elements, woven together, demonstrate a holistic approach to scientific inquiry. His enduring legacy is evident in the continued relevance of his research methods and the ongoing debates surrounding his theoretical contributions. Paleontologists continue to rely on careful observation, comparative anatomy, and contextual analysis methods that Osborn championed throughout his career. While some of his specific evolutionary theories have been challenged or modified, his broad conceptual framework remains influential, shaping the way scientists approach the study of the past. The challenges posed by Osborn's contributions are as significant as their lasting value. His orthogenetic views, which posited an inherent directionality in evolution, have been largely discredited by modern evolutionary theory. The modern synthesis, integrating Mendelian genetics with Darwinian selection, offered a more comprehensive and empirically supported explanation for the mechanisms of evolutionary change. Despite this shift in perspective, Osborn's work served as a catalyst for debate and further investigation, ultimately contributing to a more refined understanding of evolutionary processes. His influence extended to figures like Alfred Romer, whose comprehensive textbook, Vertebrate Paleontology, reflected Osborn's emphasis on detailed anatomical descriptions and evolutionary relationships, solidifying Osborn's methodologies within the next generation of paleontological training. Romer, while embracing the modern synthesis, nevertheless retained a deep appreciation for Osborn's descriptive work and his vision of vertebrate evolution. However, a comprehensive assessment of Osborn requires acknowledging the problematic aspects of his social and political views. His involvement in the eugenics movement, a now discredited ideology that advocated for selective breeding to improve the human race, casts a shadow over his scientific achievements. While his scientific contributions remain valuable, it is essential to recognize the ethical implications of his social and political beliefs and to acknowledge the harm caused by the eugenics movement. Osborn's complex legacy serves as a reminder that scientific progress is not always accompanied by moral clarity. Scientists, like all individuals, are products of their time and are subject to the biases and prejudices of their society. It is crucial to critically examine the social and political context in which scientific discoveries are made and to be aware of the potential for scientific knowledge to be misused or misinterpreted. In the end, Henry Fairfield Osborn's place in the history of science is marked by both remarkable achievements and troubling associations. His pioneering work in paleontology and evolutionary biology laid the foundation for much of our current understanding of the history of life. His dedication to meticulous observation, his emphasis on geological context, and his insightful analyses of fossil evidence continue to inspire scientists today. Simultaneously, his involvement in the eugenics movement serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of scientific hubris and the importance of ethical considerations in scientific inquiry. By acknowledging both the positive and negative aspects of his legacy, we can gain a more complete and nuanced understanding of his contributions to science and his place in history.
We really appreciate you tuning in to this AI-powered presentation. Our goal is to push the boundaries of AI in content creation, and your input is invaluable. If there's a particular subject you'd like to see us tackle next, or if you have suggestions on how we could fine-tune our AI's creative prompts, please don't hesitate to leave your ideas in the comments section. We're excited to bring you more unique content very soon.